Hi, in this section, we'll be looking at how to use joins to combine multiple tables for our analysis. All right, you can see joins in Tableau allows to combine data from multiple tables based on common fields. So this definition is as well similar to the relationships definition, which is also based on common fields. What is common between the two tables or the multiple tables you are trying to combine together. However, the big difference between the join and the relationship is that, as with a relationship, the tables, after creating a relationship, the tables remain separate. However, in a join, after creating a join, the tables are merged together, right? So that's a big difference. And as well, it also varies in their results. The result you get, as you can see on the right hand side here, we have different types of joins. Is a left join, we have right join, inner join, full join. So in a left join, so just focus on the shaded parts. The shaded parts illustrate the result that you would get when you implement a left join. So for a left join, you are basically saying, give me everything in A, table A, with a corresponding match in table B. In right join, you are saying, give me everything in table B with a corresponding match in table A. And as well as in inner join, you are saying, just give me what is common to the both of them, which is this. All right. And in a full outer join, you are saying, give me everything in A and in B as well as what is common. So let's see how we can do this in Tableau. All right, so over here in Tableau, we can see that we've made a connection to our Superstore sample data, and we have the three tables in here. All right, so if we drag our orders to the canvas, just like before, we will have the table in our canvas, and we have the preview of it. However, if I hover on this table, you can see it says logical table orders, which is this one. It's important to note that on this canvas, there are two layers on this canvas. So there is a logical layer, and the tables which we have on the logical layer will be called logical tables. And the other layer, if I double click on this, is the physical layer. So any table you have on the physical layer will be referred to as a physical table. So let me do that one more time and get back to that. So you could either right click on this, then you click on open, or instead you can double click as well. In our case, we cannot, since we intend to create a join, we cannot create a join using the logical layer. If we attempt to do that, it's only going to give us this thread-like view, create a relationship. So in order to create a join, we would have to right click on this, or you double click, click on open. Then now that we are in the physical layer, as you can see here, it says one physical table defines the logical table order, which is this. All right, so let's bring in our people's table now. Once we drag that in and we have it here, we can now see that we have the same Venn diagram, the circles that we had in the illustration earlier. So right now, this is telling us that the shaded part is the only result that is giving us here, right here. So whatever is A has and B has in common, that is the resultant information here. Okay, let's click on this and just see how that looks like. So we can see the different types of join as well here. If we click on a left join, that means we want everything in the others table with the corresponding match in people's table, and as well as in right table and full outer join as well, which will include everything. However, in most use cases, in real life scenarios, you would only have to work with the inner join and the left join, depending on your use case. Only in rare cases would you have to use right or full. All right. So to bring in our third table, which is the returns table, I would also take this here and release that. And you can see as well, our returns table is now being connected to our others table. If you click on this again, you can see we can always change the join type pending on the our business requirements. However, you can also see here that they are being connected, they are being joined based on a common field. So in the others table, there is other ID, and as well as in the returns table, there's other ID as well. So based on this, they are being joined. So if you would notice, you can see that if I click on this to close, you will see that we only have one table. This one table now, regardless of how many tables that we have joined, we only have a single table table as an output here, as opposed to a relationship whereby after you've created a relationship, the table stays separate. So in a join, the tables are being meshed together. All right. So this is how you create a join in Tableau. All right. So as best practice, Tableau came up with the concept of relationship based on the some of the issues attributed to creating joins and using joins in your analysis. There could be a lot of performance issues, so it is recommended that you go with a relationship, except in rare use cases whereby you really need to use a join. Okay, so maybe you want, if you need flexibility, more flexibility into the level of detail or the aggregation type that you want, then you might consider to use a join. However, if you want Tableau to do, which it will do, the majority of the work for you, then they consider a relationship. All right. So I now hope you feel more confident in creating a join in Tableau. Catch you later.